Good morning, TFR.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
It's Friday, my dudes.
It is Friday, my dudes and TGIF. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Ironworx right here on Truth Frequency Radio. We are also broadcasting across YouTube, D-Live, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter. I mean, hell, we're everywhere. But I'm absolutely thrilled to be with you this morning. Let's say hello to two of my very good friends and co-hosts right here on this little show, starting off with one, Mr. Zachary Zabala. You may know him as Good Times for All here on YouTube. Zach, how are you doing, sir?
Hey, Josh. Hey, Walt. Hey, everybody out there in TFR land. Not bad. My energy's flowing. We had, I think it was about 4 o'clock yesterday. People started rolling in.
Nice.
And it was, yeah. I think they stopped. Nathan Thompson showed up right about 9 as everybody was leaving. They were heading back to the B&B and all that kind of stuff. And I know everybody's getting ready together, I think this afternoon at 4 o'clock, but they're already talking about, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to do this and flats vacuums this time and blah, blah. Yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend. I'm excited.
I bet it is going to be an absolute blast. I got to say, I'm a little bit envious. Wish I could be there. Let's say hello to one Mr. Walter Johnson. You may know him as Flat Earth Head here on YouTube as well. Good to see you there, Walt. How you doing? How's your week been?
Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Zach. Fiat Lux, everyone out there listening, hanging out with us on this fine Friday. It's been a week, for sure. We made it. You made it. You're here. If you're not here, then get over here. Hang out. It's Friday. And it's been a week. An interesting week. Just overall, life. We'll get into all those things, I'm sure, as we discuss. How are you, Sir Joshua?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I was just telling Zach a few minutes ago that the house is still rolling along smoothly. Our loan officer says we're still on track for a 30-day closing, so he may earn his bottle of scotch yet. But 13 days left, or 12 days left, I guess, 13 days yesterday. So 12 days left, hopefully, before we get in the new house. We shall see. I'm excited, though. I'm ready to go somewhere, anywhere but here. Other than that, work's been good. Everything's been quiet. Just plugging along.
It's going to turn around. You don't even have to hold your breath.
Thank goodness.
Bright eyes.
I'm smoking too much. I don't hold my breath for very long anymore. So what in the hell? Why does today feel just a little goofy?
It definitely does. I woke up thinking it just must be me, lack of sleep, although I got a nice amount, a decent amount. I got some sleep. How about that? And yeah, just weird energy. Don't know. There was an odd triangle in the sky last night. I think it was Mars, Venus, and the moon. Or it may have been Mars and the moon and something else. I'll have to go look and see what it was. No, it couldn't have been Venus that late. I don't know. Because you never want to see Venus at sunset and at sunrise.
It was Venus bouncing off some swamp gas.
Right. But yeah, I tried to take a picture with my sad little phone, and it just doesn't work anymore. My camera the lens, I guess, really, for the camera is so scratched after years of pocket abuse that all the moon pictures I take now tend to have a big glare around them that I can't get rid of. So that's probably going to be what finally drives me to pull the trigger on a new Fondle slab is the lack of a decent camera for sky things.
So just so we're clear, so I understand this properly, years of pocket abuse has caused your camera to go blind? Is that how I'm
You
reading
know
that?
how that goes.
Okay, just making sure.
Don't. It goes blind if you play with it too much.
Gotcha. Just making sure.
Science, I'm sure you guys know that, right?
Hells yeah.
Yes, science.
Right. Righto. But yeah, definitely pouring coffee into the brain, trying to wake things up a little better, thinking that was the case. But hell, I've had a nice meal and 2 cups, and I'm on my 3rd. So when it does kick off, whoo, boy, it's going to be something. Something indeed. We already have some nice amounts of folks hanging out with us in chat. I had typed hello to some of you, but now that I'm speaking, I probably will stop typing a minute. But it's good that you guys are here. Glad you're here already this morning. I know some of you are pumping up for Zach's end of the world and the energy happening over there. And as Josh said, dude, sending lots of love and wishing I was there beyond belief, for sure. This year has really brought home how much we need each other. So it's good that you're there representing the room and bringing our hugs to the people. Shout out Nuka-Cola. I saw you pop in, chat. I saw you too, Lucas. If I haven't typed to you yet, I'll try to catch you in vocalizations. But definitely, it's a week.
Isn't it though? Totally a week.
And I'm not really sure what the weird energy is. It's not a bad feeling. It's just a strange.
It's the magnetic field of this house putting everything else off from all these
Is that
people.
what y'all are doing? Y'all have gathered it together and it's just emanating now. That's what's up. That's what we needed.
Still seeing magnetic fields, the patterns of people just walking by. No, I'm joking. Hank's jumping up at the air like, hey, where are you? He didn't know what to do last night. He was getting pet and hugged and kissed by so many people last night. I swear flat earth people love dogs more than other people. I don't know what it is. I mean, most people love dogs, right? But flat earth people, they like love dogs. Like all the stuff you don't want your dog to do. No, don't jump. Oh, he's fine. Come here. Putting his paws up on their shoulders and letting them lick at their face. And yeah, Hank was in heaven last night. There was no lack of attention at all.
Hanker Panker. For sure. Missing that dude. For sure. We're probably going to wind up here with another cat soon, so we'll see how they combine. So since Skillet tends to be more outdoor prone, we're going to maybe try to get one for the indoor area and see how that works out. I voted for a dog, but, we'll see how that goes too.
You know what you do?
You get one anyway?
Yeah, you beg for forgiveness.
Right.
You don't ask for permission. Just you bring home a little puppy. She can't hate it.
Right. Make her
She's
get
gonna
rid of the
fall in
puppy.
with it. Yeah, she's gonna be carrying that thing around in her purse eventually.
You
I
want to
know,
get rid of the
Shell.
dog, Shell?
Yeah,
You
let's say,
get rid of the
you
puppy.
weren't around Shell long, were you, Zach? Don't believe that'll be the case, but it might be acceptable. Purse level acceptance, I don't know, but it could work out.
It's like children. You bring over a 3 or 4 year old, and yeah, you want to give them back, But you bring home the puppy, just a little baby, and I don't know. It's different. They have a way of melting people's hearts. Those little puppies. But I don't know. You might be right. Yeah, it's cute. Where's it? Whose is it? Where's it gonna live?
Right. So,
Who's gonna feed this damn thing? Who's gonna clean up the? Who's gonna potty train this damn thing?
I will say it's a little difficult here where we are right now to even think about getting a dog though, with all the extra travel. With the trucks, you'll hear here any minute now about 4:30 when they kick in. So as much as it's great to have them inside, they do have to go outside at some point. And this, like I said, we're feet away from pretty bad
Yeah.
things for animals right now. So once all this dies down, that might be a better time to think about bringing a pup into the scene. Because man, it would kill me if one got hurt out there. We already had a cat that had gotten killed out there years ago. Rest in peace, Bill. For sure, they are. I mean, every 2 seconds it feels like a truck's going by, and they're pretty much barreling with loads of cane. Man, as much as I talk about the sugar cane right down the road and talk about the trucks and know about the industry in a very abstract way, being around it here, I watched I don't know, it probably was a part of another documentary related to other things, but it was on YouTube, about a 10 or 15-minute segment about sugar cane processing. And there are parts of that are just totally insane. And it's visual, lots of visual things you need to see happening rather than me sitting here and describe them. Maybe we could show them to you this afternoon over there on our Have No Sphere show where we're always showing videos to you. Anyway, but yeah, it's a lot more complicated than you thought. And then when you throw into it some of the other processes of sugar that are going on out there, like the I don't know, there's a company in Florida that basically lays out sheets of liquid and let it evaporate in the sun. And there's lots of ways it can be done. But yeah, what we do here in Louisiana is pretty nuts. Enjoy that white addiction. Sorry, I didn't mean to live here where it's evil. Man, it's really bad stuff if you look into the realities of what sugar does to you.
So,
Might as well pour cocaine on your coffee.
That's right. I was going to say it's something about refining those substances, those white powders, and refining them and refining them and refining them and refining them, and then taking them in, and then letting your body get used to it and adjusted to it, and take it in every day with every meal. Pretty soon you're addicted. You don't even realize it because, hell, it's just sugar. It's not like it's a big, scary plant out in the woods.
Those plants will get you. You be careful. They're dangerous. I've seen movies.
Damn ant moots.
The hell did you just say?
I was trying to figure that one out too.
The ants from Tolkien.
Oh, gotcha.
I
I missed the N. All I hear was et.
I thought you said ants. I'm like, what? Oh man, looks like Doc won't be going to the festival either. Hi Doc, glad you're here. What's up, Kelly? I see you just popping in. Crochet May. Did I say hey? Yeah, I said hey to Nuka. Trying to get everybody in that I haven't typed to. Of course, everybody else is here. Lots of folks. Alan, Dawn, Diva, Ipsy. What are you doing here this early? You must still be up. Oh man, I know I'm missing people. Sorry, it's just not scrolling. There it goes. Robert Page. I said hey to Voynich. D'Angelo's here. What's up, man?
Out on the road.
Right? That's been a minute since we've had you call in. Hey, it's Friday. I wonder what we should do. Lucas is there. What's up, Lucas? So yeah, it seems like the show is up from Tuesday when we were concerned that it may or may not be. After the fact, I was able to share a link, and when I clicked it, it seemed to go to a show. So
I know Larry Lucky got a hold of Chris, and there was a conversation had there. So things were done on the back end. I know what exactly, I'm not sure, but
when you go the big guns, thank you, Alan, for the behind the scenes help again, as always, friend. Something we did not talk about on Tuesday, about last Friday's show was some of the new friends we had made there in our
as Tarmo
chat.
pops into chat.
I'm sorry, you broke up.
Said just as Tarmo pops into chat.
Did he? And see, that must be ears burning, and you speak of the devil, and there he's summoned. I didn't even realize. Shout out to Tarmo, for sure. That's true. I forgot we started out the day that day making friends here and then carried that over to our afternoon show. Without a doubt, man. Sorry, guys. I'm clicking too many tabs open already.
Yeah,
I'm
we got
going on a little quest this weekend, believe it or not, to see what I can do about this computer situation. I can't reveal any details yet because there are none until they happen. But we shall see what that brings. Hopefully by next week I'll be zooming. Well, Skyping, I guess.
shout out to Arwen who just popped in.
What's up, Baldwin? I know I've lost the link.
I know Tarmo's got a pile of emails that I still need to go through.
I know, and that was the other part of this is the Friday show invoked quite a few emails from another friend we met, Joe, who was new to the show, new to the scene. Quite a few interesting dreams brought Joe to questioning a few things, perhaps interesting dreams like the sun and the moon and the stars being superconductors in a liquid-type atmosphere, spinning above a disk magnet with a monopole magnet in the center.
And their magnetic patterns they make in the sky. And yeah, he said he saw all that in a dream.
Water flowing in and out between the monopole magnet and the ring magnet every 6 hours to keep the monopole magnet cool, he assumed. So there's your pumping at the middle of the Mount Meru, Mercator, North Pole projection Valley weirdness. Anyway, yeah, really interesting. Glad Joe was able to hang out with us. Joe felt a little lost, a little new to this whole awakening, questioning, confusing state of being, looking for people who might help, point away, commiserate, say, hey, you're not nuts. We've seen some of this too. And even as we were trying to get Joe straight, technically, new phone, etc., getting good with the show, making sure he can come back and find us again, his son showed up. Mentioned flat Earth. Turns out his son has known the Earth's flat since he was in 7th grade. So you just never know who might be lurking right there in your own house and you not know it. Keep that heart open. Keep that mind open. It can all work out just like that, just like it did for Joe right there.
And it kind of hurt his feelings, that nobody had told him,
And true that.
And I told him, Joe, don't feel upset. That's, this isn't something that you go and just tell people that you really love and care about, because people do react in bad ways to this stuff. And people have gotten divorces and, lost the right to see their children. There's been all kinds of horrible things happen because of this topic being so polarizing. I was like, Joe, maybe they just, they didn't want you to get upset. But yeah, but don't take any offense to that, Joe. If you hear this, yeah, it's.
Indeed, don't feel like
it was
you
out of
again.
love. Yeah, it
Right.
wasn't. Yeah, it was definitely out of love.
Same thing there in the chat that day to Joe. Like, sometimes people just are not ready to even explore that with people who are not sure are open to it and cause rifts and cause issues and cause problems. And it could have 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
So, and also don't feel bad and don't be upset, Tarmo, as we are trying to explain and probably did explain on the Friday show. Email, what's that? Oh, that's right. You check it over here, and it's that thing I never go look at. So, yeah, so sorry. It's not a personal thing. And I can't even say it was because the weekend was busy, because it's been a week now, and we haven't really dug into it. So, my apologies. I did have a busy week, truly, here at the house. So, I have that excuse. No, it's not really a real excuse. Just need to get in there and see what's going on in the email. Maybe we should do that like on a special day. We can read emails to our viewers. No, I'm just kidding.
I've got all that voice generating software. We don't got to read anything.
We could have Stephen Hawking read it too.
That's right. Which is something I'm still mulling around. It's still percolating there in my brain.
Oh, I keep on thinking of questions, and
Are you writing them down?
No, I haven't hit the one to start it off. I'm thinking he should talk in his. Well, we'll talk about this.
Yeah. Nope. I'm right there with
We
you.
don't want- Yeah, let's not give any.
I was thinking the same thing though.
Okay, great minds and all.
Uh-huh.
And then they had mummy sounds in between. I don't know why that makes me laugh so much. I see remember Max Headroom?
Oh yeah.
I see that guy's face when I see that. Like, skip a little bit. Wasn't that, geez, was Johnny Depp in that?
Ooh, I don't know if I remember Max Headroom that well.
I
Yeah,
don't think so.
mid-80s. I was young.
Yeah, I don't think so. He would have been too young. He would have just been jump streeting as a real young guy at that point, maybe late
That's what
80s,
it was, 21 Jump Street. That's
late
what-
80s, early 90s. Pretty sure. Just about the time old Freddie was pulling him into a bed, I'm thinking. But the whole Max Headroom thing was pretty crazy if you experienced it happening. Like, they interrupted TV with it. Like, it was really happening. Like, it was really taking over your TV. It was pretty nuts. And then turns out a few years after that, there was actually a real pirate radio broadcast that featured someone wearing a Max Headroom mask. I don't know if you guys have ever
I do vaguely
gone
remember. That
down that
wasn't
particular rabbit hole.
that wasn't
Yeah,
terribly
pretty
long
nuts.
ago, was it?
Not that long ago, and kind of interesting when you think about movies that are out there that talk about interrupting signals.
Fever Vendetta.
And there's also a little They Live movie that kind of ends on a anti-TV note, you might say. But anyway,
I think that is the key. For changing the world, you have to get a hold of the emergency broadcast system and speak to everybody in your country all at the same time. You only need a few minutes. Set the date. Tell everybody to be there. And hopefully don't get killed before it's time. But
oh,
yeah,
well,
the whole
speaking of,
Fever Vendetta plot. I love that idea. Just
yeah, that was great.
how do you do it?
Speaking of time, I'm seeing a very disconcerting message from Liz asking, when do you change the clocks across the pond? So that means we're now in that little time frame probably coming up where you guys
Yeah,
go one
yeah,
way
I'll
and
read
we
that.
stay, or
Oh,
we stay
hell.
and you guys go, or we go and you sit for a minute, and then we're all like an hour off on all our broadcasts.
Least
Trying to
favorite
pay
week of the
attention.
year.
Sir?
This is my least favorite week of the year, just for that reason.
Yeah, it's for that very reason. It makes us juggle a bit or have to try to start early a bit or late a bit yeah. So I think it's coming up in November. Oh, look, is it November 1st is what Candy's telling us? I haven't checked. I know it's fall back.
No, I do believe
Anyway.
she's correct. I do believe she's got that right.
Is it the 1st? That's interesting. That's an interesting day. Day of the Dead.
Uh-huh. Thought the same thing. It's a blue moon too, as I recall. Full moon.
Huh.
Yeah. Thought that was also interesting. Because I believe that's Halloween, should be real close to full. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's right.
Shoot, I might go trick-or-treating.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Just knock on every dark door I see. Give me candy now. Wow, I just made a weird noise here on my phone. I guess I need to move it away from the computer. Did y'all hear that? Weird electronic noise?
I did not hear any weird electronic
Okay.
noise.
Then it was just me. Are we really almost at the first break? I know
2
that ain't
minutes.
possible.
2 minutes.
So we
Thank
do
you.
Oh, sorry.
have a show lined up for tonight.
Thank you, sir. Yes,
Hell, we had 2 shows lined up. 3 shows lined up for tonight.
we actually do. Yes, we do.
So apparently, originally, we were supposed to have Dr. John D on this week. And me, like a dumbass, had completely forgotten because I don't write anything down. So I had completely forgotten.
It's not like we don't plant. We
Um,
have a spot where we put our stuff, like this week and this week and this week. We just don't use it.
No, I've got like a Google Calendar where I, at one time, was like putting stuff in there.
Yeah,
I think
We
it was
planned
actually mirroring to our webpage at one point, which we've kind of neglected a bit. But definitely, probably writing stuff down. That's a good idea. 3 years in, we got it finally.
That's the key.
That's it.
That's what's holding us back.
Pen and paper. I should have known. Sorry, I was just playing catch up on some old back chat there on TFR, thinking we were having some kind of streaming problem, but that's from 25 minutes ago, and Dawn is here, so we all worked it out.
So Dr. John D will not be on Have No Sphere this evening. Adam was kind enough to ask him if he might be able to do next week, because this was the last week I had anything booked. So I think maybe on the other side of the break, we'll talk about who it is we do have coming in this week. Some of you may even know, maybe remember. We've discussed it. It's not like a super secret guest. But I think it's going to be an awesome episode. I think it's going to be exciting.
That's super awesome. Right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Well, that's been the very first segment of the Ironworx. We're still waking up. We'll sticking into gear into the second segment. We'll be right back.
It's amazing how people have been raving about iAlife all over Facebook. They've been posting their testimonials just because they want to get the word out because it's worked so well for them. If you're not familiar with iAlife, it's a 99% pure CBD oil, but the secret is the synergy between the hemp and the ayahuasca vine, the non-psychoactive component of the ayahuasca tea. We recently received an email from a wife whose husband has Parkinson's. For the first time, he's been able to sleep through the entire night. Another customer reported that they're no longer using NSAIDs because their tennis elbow has been relieved with iAlife. The reports have been phenomenal, much and more than we ever expected. Everyone should have access to this. That's why if you head on over to ialife.com right now and use coupon code TFR, we'll give you $5 towards your order. And we'll even ship it worldwide. That's ialife.com, AYA life.com.
Do you want to lose weight but have no idea where to begin? The Fast Start Diet, a 3-day weight loss plan, is the answer. 3 days of nutritionally balanced, calorie-restricted meals delivered right to your door. No shopping, no measuring, and no cooking. Everything is prepared for you and ready to eat at home or on the go. The Fast Start Diet has all the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting without starving. We've helped thousands of people who have struggled to reach their weight loss goals. Isn't it time we helped you? With the Fast Start Diet, you'll lose weight and feel great.
Find us on Amazon or go to faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER to get $10 off your first box. As a special bonus, we will include our #1 rated Lipo3 appetite suppressant spray free with your order. Whatever your diet plans are, start with us at faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER.
We exist in the security and comfort of our worlds. Paved paths, lights, and manicured lawns give us peace of mind that our world has been tamed, and we are its master. But other worlds exist on the edge of our sight. On the edge of our awareness, the shadows move. The woods fill with the unblinking eyes of the nightmares our ancestors warned us about. Some of us have stumbled into these forgotten realms, whether on purpose or completely by surprise. I'm Brent Thomas. Join us on Paranormal Friday and Saturday nights from 10 p.m. to midnight Pacific Standard Time as we journey into the world of the paranormal phenomena.
Enter the paranormal portal if you dare.
You're listening to the Truth Frequency Radio Network.
No hate, no hype. No fear.
Wake up.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Our day is beginning, there's so much to do.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
Exactly. Well said, Stephen Hawking. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Welcome back to the Ironworx. Josh, Walt, and Zach just hanging out this morning like we do pretty much every morning. We were discussing on the other side of the break our Friday night show on YouTube, Have No Sphere. And the fact that we did originally have Dr. John D. booked to go over his last observation that he's taken. But I had forgotten and booked a guest that was requested by people in chat, actually. Billy Zagouras, author of The Elusive Curve, will be joining us this evening. And his good friend, because he was only able to stay for a little bit last Friday, Brendan Daly will be returning to hang out. Spend a little more time, I do believe. I went Monday to message him and see if he still planned on, I guess it was Tuesday, see if he still planned on coming on with Billy. And looks like Facebook had already deleted his Facebook profile. That's like the fifth one he's been through since he first came on our show. And that's not counting his wife's profile that he uses on occasion when he has to. But I think he did remake one last one. I don't think he's going to make any more after that. If they delete that one, it's done. But yeah, Brendan and Billy should be joining us tonight, and I think that's going to be an awesome conversation.
Yeah, Cammy and I might not be around so much. We'll be walking around. I'll have the Iron Staff out showing everybody what's going on video, but I'm sure we'll be getting swamped.
You get swamped. You enjoy your time there. Don't feel too terribly obligated to bust out the Iron Staff. As much as we'd love to be able to see what's happening down there,
We'll do an after show karaoke.
Ooh.
When everybody heads over to the karaoke bar.
That could be good.
I'm about it.
Walt will be on the way. He'll jump in the car as soon as he hears it.
I hear a mic. with my name on it.
I'm going to go to the store,
For
Shell.
sure.
I'll be right back.
I'll be back. I'm going to get cigarettes. No, I don't smoke, but it's fine.
It's fine.
Somebody needs cigarettes.
Just in case.
Thank you, Liz. Liz dropped a picture of a newspaper, actually a truth paper called The Light from thelightpaper.co.uk. Apparently run by our good buddy Darren Nesbitt, editor. I say our good buddy. The flat community's good buddy. I should say, I guess, better. Have we had Darren on? I don't think we have.
I don't think we've had Darren on.
Have we had Darren on? It's been so long ago then that I just am shamefully not remembering when it was. Oh, wait, was it not long around the time when they were...
It was at a conference or a meetup or something?
Was it at a conference?
I think so. We
Last
talked to
year,
him. That sounds right. He was at a conference or something, and we talked to him briefly.
Briefly in a meetup there. You're right.
I do
That's
believe
why
that's
it wasn't a long-term thing for sure. We need to amend that and get Darren on here for sure.
Absolutely.
Find out more about this paper. I don't have a link handy. I just have a picture of it. I will try to find a link like the one I read off to you, but let's get fancy and read stuff and then type it in. What do you want from me?
I want to give Pablo a shout out too. It's getting to be that time.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Halloween shows are his favorite shows on the Ironworx. I'm pretty sure he still listens. I received an email from him several months ago saying he was probably going to go a little dark just because of the whole COVID stuff, and he was having a hard time with his job and time-wise, and there's just a whole lot of stuff going on, but he was still here in spirit. So we know he's here in spirit. But I know that Halloweens are his favorite shows of all time.
Without a doubt. I don't suppose you have it pulled up, do you?
I do not. I don't want to wear it out because
it's only like 3 days away, 7 days away.
7 days away, yeah.
All right, I guess we'll wait and play it next week.
If it were July and I'd have been thinking about it, I'd have played it.
I'll be impatiently waiting for the next show to hear it. Plus, I don't even have my mask to go put on, so.
Well, shame on you.
I know, because when you hear the song, you have to go get your mask. It's time. So, I bet they all wonder what the flip we're talking about. If you don't know, that's Iron Realm Deep Cuts. And if you do know, then you're a true fan of the show.
I did almost zero show prep since Tuesday.
Well, that makes two of us, sir. Again, a weird week, a strange week. Not a bad week, nothing bad. Just strange, very strange.
You guys have been just sitting there on the edge of your seat waiting to see if we got that asteroid rock, didn't you?
Well, since Neil said it was coming up here, what's the point in doing a show prep? He said it was coming. It's hitting us.
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch.
Right.
The asteroid we went to and dug a hole into to collect the rocks. Didn't we do that this week? Didn't NASA land on an asteroid?
Bennu.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I think they did. They made a big mess.
Well, yeah, they're going to collect samples that are going to tell them what life was like before the universe started, or something, or where all life came from. From this is like the magic asteroid.
Well, couldn't we just tested the stuff that China brought back from Bennu when they went up there and landed and brought back samples?
Yeah, they didn't want to share.
No.
We don't have enough money to buy it off of them.
I don't remember having heard that story come up since.
I know.
We've done it now. Now that America's done it, they don't say they're the first to do it, but they're making a big deal out of it like it's never been done. They're just
space lettuce.
Space lettuce. That's right. Nobody really pays attention to this garbage. We'll just pretend that we didn't already tell them China's done this. Maybe they just thought, geez, that's a good idea. Well, if China can get away with telling people that, we'll tell people we did it too. Oh, yeah. We went to the asteroid, too. Oh, yeah. Well, we totally collected samples, too. Oh, but with our samples, we're going to be able to determine the origins of Earth. We know exactly how Earth. We know exactly how old this Bennu is. And it's early universe. So we know that when we take the samples are going to tell us all sorts of stuff about the formation and all kinds of things, because we are going to go land on Bennu and take a sample too. We can do it too.
Insanity. And I might have believed this 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever. I probably would have.
You're still dancing around the fact that the man himself said we're all like it's coming. Are we just gonna glance past that? Just ignore the fact that Space Priest himself said, I don't know, I didn't even read the story. You put it in the thing, dude. I don't know.
Didn't he also say it's a pretty good chance we're all in a simulation?
Oh, but he's the man. He is the Space Priest. Come on, man. Space Priest knows all. Neil deGrasse Tyson warns asteroid could hit Earth the day before the elections. Wouldn't that be convenient? The source, however, for this.
However.
Ding.
Oh, come on. You guys not read the New York Post? Sorry.
Isn't one of those kind of like the Onion? What is it? New York
is
Times,
now.
New York Post. Yeah.
It is now. All right, I'll send the paper over to you guys. I mean, the story over to you guys, and let you all enjoy your last hours with your loved ones. Oh, goodness.
Now, it does say could hit Earth.
Oh, now come on. Don't spoil Neil's fun.
Do they have odds? Are they betting in Vegas on whether or not it's going to hit or not?
Naysayers.
Easy bet. You just take everything and you bet it on it's not going to hit. And if it does hit, who cares?
Right. What's the payout if it does?
Yeah. Everybody loses. Yeah, it's an easy bet. So what is there anything else going on with NASA lately? I don't know. It's so hard to, I know that it's leaking air up there.
Oh, have you heard about the leaking?
I don't even start talking about the leaking air again. I'll just bring it up. I'm not going to get all emotionally involved in it today. Yeah, they're running out of air. Asteroids are coming. They never put out anything like good news. Like, hey, I don't even know what they would say about good news. They really can't, because they're making shit up, and anything that, like, hey, it's going to rain diamonds tomorrow. Get your buckets out. They can't really say anything like that, because that shit's never going to happen. So pretty much they're telling you this is happening, but you just can't see it. God, it's genius, really.
Pretty much.
Well, how's this for some good news? The British frozen food grocer Iceland Foods sent a chicken nugget into space for the first time in history. To celebrate its 50th anniversary last week, Iceland hired the space marketing company Sent Into Space for the marketing stunt. That's not a real creative name. But the company launched the nugget to an altitude of 110,000 feet, or 20.7 miles, into the region known as near space. That's not very imaginative.
I was going to say,
either.
what was that Carmen line again? Thank you for near spacing it. Thank you. Clarification.
Not even a third of the way to the Carmen line.
Well, to be fair, it is a full 880,000 Iceland chicken nuggets. If you were to stack them up, that's how high they sent it.
Oh, I thought they
880,000 chicken
sent that
nuggets.
many.
I was going to. I was
No.
right there.
Starving all over.
Zach.
No, that's how
I
tall.
was gonna get
They just
mad.
sent
I
one.
was gonna get mad.
They sent it to an altitude of 880 chicken nuggets. 880,000 chicken nuggets.
My goodness.
If that near space 20.7 miles doesn't do it for you. 880,000 chicken nuggets tall.
Yeah, because everybody can just fathom 880,000 chicken nuggets so much better than feet. I think we should use that as our new standard measuring system.
Totally.
The nugget.
The nugget. Well, here it says the nugget made it about 1/3 of the way to outer space, which begins at 62 miles above Earth. The nugget spent an hour floating up and around in space, sent into space, said. The nugget was unbothered by the low pressure and temperatures that can dip down to minus 85 degrees Fahrenheit. The nugget then rocketed back down to Earth at 200 miles per hour, Iceland Food says, and its parachute opened at about 12 miles above the ground level. Sent it into space, launched the nugget from a farm near Iceland's headquarters in North Wales, and it took just under 2 hours to reach its destination. The nugget was carried by a gas-filled weather balloon with a satellite tracking system so that the company could monitor its location. An integrated camera filmed the nugget's journey. This is a big story for a freaking chicken nugget.
Yeah, it is. Who cares? And they didn't get anywhere near the Cartman line.
Right. Some company you are, call yourself sent into space, don't even send it up a third of the way.
Maybe they're telling us something there. Like nothing goes past 120,000 feet. Yeah, God, what? I have something like right on the tip of my head.
That must hurt.
What it is? Yeah. It's something
According to
like-
Robert Page, NASA has just released some pins that say "not flat." We checked. Have you guys seen that? I have yet to see that, but I need that in my life.
I've seen that phraseology before.
I did see a flat Earth wrestling club, a youth wrestling organization. If you type flat Earth wrestling into YouTube, they put all their matches on YouTube.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And then there's a new H&R Block commercial about flat earthers, about how them using H&R Block got them their money quicker and were able to go do their science experiments. And the guys are standing 10 feet apart, shooting a laser, hitting the other side, and take that, science, and dancing around. Yeah. So it's definitely a hit piece, huge hit piece. But, you know, it was, they're mentioning flat Earth. And I've been going around, there's so many new people that they're not like, you know, agents or anything like that, but they're making their debunk videos. A lot of them are younger. And this one young girl from India, she was saying how they all think we're on, that flat earthers believe that it's a hockey puck floating in space still. And I was real nice and polite and kind. I was like, you know, you have to actually listen to what someone is saying before you go and try to ridicule it. And I know you can't find this stuff. You type in flat earth to Google, you're getting taken right to the Flat Earth Society. I comprehend that. For the truth, you're going to have to do a little bit more digging than the first Google search that comes up. I know a lot of these people are young. They might not, you know, get that yet, but it's so frustrating that you have to deal with Flat Earth Society bullshit after 6 years of this stuff. All these new people are still going to Flat Earth Society to see what we think. Yeah, that needs to change. We need to get rid of that. That's one of our, I think, targets that needs to be taken down. The Flat Earth Society nonsense. Because I guarantee that turns
Good
away
luck.
so many people. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Good
Yeah,
luck with
I
that.
saw a new debunk video come through, and I was bored, and it was late, and I let it play. It just came up next, as it always does. When you know, viewers of Iron Realm Media also watch debunk videos. Of course they do. Anyway, so it came up, and I let it play, and it was a guy, and he was like, "Yeah, this is what they believe." I'm like, "Oh, good. I can't wait to hear what I believe." And about the third sentence was, "And it's always rising up." I turned it off and went away. Left it alone. I didn't even thumb it down because they'd already had enough of my time and prana and interaction. So,
Yeah, I never give a thumbs down. Never. I never give a thumbs to any of that stuff. Just, because even a thumbs down is something.
Wow, we are almost done again.
Yeah, only about 5 minutes. Here, let's actually try this.
Well, oh, you have a plan? Because that'll work.
I do.
If you have one.
Now that I've uploaded my docs to H&R Block Tax Pro Go, I can finally prove that the Earth is flat while an expert does my taxes. You ready?
Roger that. Go for laser. I can see it. I can see it.
Yes! Take that, science!
And now they're dancing. Wow. And they're still dancing. And that's an H&R Block commercial. I'll be damned.
Yep.
We aren't paid, nor do we get money from them, nor are we insurance. Well, not insurance. Never mind.
Nope, I don't even get my taxes done there.
Big shout out to Jose Meza in chat. He said they have created a FE Wiki page. So everybody go check that out.
Drop that link separated by the .com, or separate the .com out, and I'll repost it for you there for sure, Jose.
That's awesome.
Awesome, for sure.
Yeah, Lucas, that was a really shit ad.
Really? A bad ad? I've never heard of such a thing.
But they mentioned Flat Earth.
They do mention Flat Earth.
Just keep mentioning it.
Yeah, truly, that's, bad press is good press, right?
There is that, I
No.
suppose.
No.
They say.
No. Oh, goodness. Well, we could do this and move it on because there's something I did want to mention, but not dwell on. If you're a magician, if you're a fan of magic, if you're even a viewer of magic, there's probably no chance that you've not heard of James Randi, the amazing Randi. He's gone. He has gone away. He left the mortal coil. We lost him on October 21st. No reason given for his death, just that he passed. He was 92, long life. He has in recent years been treated for a lot of health issues, cancer, heart treatments, things like that. But definitely hugely missed. Amazing man, talented without a doubt, but I truly appreciated what he did in way of being the next Houdini. In other words, what he did was go out and test a lot of people's claims to paranormal activities. I remember one of the first things he did was your boy Uri Geller with his bent spoon. He showed him there was no spoon, but yeah, that was his thing, busting false claims of psychic powers, seances, telepathic stunts. He pretty much showed every trick that can be used to, and usually are being used to dupe the public and get your money in their pockets. Again, a believer of paranormal, just like Houdini, but definitely wanting to prove that a lot of the people who make their claim to fame and their careers off of it are just doing that very thing, making a career off of it. So there was a movie that came out a few years ago. Oh, man, The Greatest Liar, something like that. I'm sure it's in this article. I don't see it. But yeah, there was a great documentary. I still don't see it here in the thing. Anyway, a lot of people don't know he was the executioner for Alice Cooper on stage back in the 70s. Like when he did that bit where he got his head cut off, Alice Cooper. Hello, any Cooper fans from the 70s? Anyway, yeah, James Randi actually toured with Cooper and played the executioner to behead him on stage. That's pretty wild. I didn't find that out till not too long ago myself.
That is wild.
But anyway, yes. This year is really just taking some amazing folks from us. Go 2020, you fucking rock. An Honest Liar. That was the name of the documentary. I finally found it. So, yeah, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Really informative, very interesting things you probably don't know about Mr. Randi.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that first ever really broke my brain. I thought, holy cow, I would have never even considered that. And it really helped take sort of that illusion out of illusion. Because it really was. It just showed that how easily fooled I am.
As are we, tongue, start working. As are we all, and as we all have been, yes. And should let us know that it's so easily done. We rarely have any of the answers, let alone all of them. Thank you for putting that link in there for us, Candy, after Jose dropped it. Thank you, Jose.
No. Candy's link is the...
Oh, that's a different one? I'm sorry.
That would be the Flat Earth Society's Wikipedia page.
Censorship and regulation is becoming an ever-growing problem in today's modern media.
We'll be right back.
From the mainstream to YouTube and Google, the information you're looking for is buried by official narratives and propaganda. This is why TFR is 100% uncensored, unregulated, and listener-supported. The shows on TFR are not micromanaged by the station, and our hosts are free to speak their minds however they please. As such, the views and opinions expressed on our station are of those who make them. If you happen to hear anything offensive on TFR, please send us an email to toughtitty@tfrlive.com, and we'll be happy to tell you that we really don't give a damn. We stand for freedom of speech and non-censorship. If you all stand for free speech, you can go to tfrlive.com/sign-up and sign up for a TFR supporter pass and help us in our mission to keep the airwaves uncensored and unregulated. TFR Live, your uncensored and unregulated protection from deception.
How does he think he did? I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. Democrat presidential nominee Joe Biden asked that, heading home from last night's debate.
Well, that's for the public to judge. I felt good about it, and I thought the moderator did a great job of making it run smoothly.
He and the president debated coronavirus response, the economy, national security, and tossed around claims of corruption. President Trump bringing up Hunter Biden.
Accusing Joe Biden of involvement in side deals with foreign sources, calling him a corrupt politician.
He is the vice president of the United States, and his son, his brother, and his other brother are getting rich.
The former vice president several times emphatically denied the president's allegation.
I have not taken a single penny from any country whatsoever, ever.
Biden, for his part, accused the president of possible conflicts of interest and having a secret Chinese bank account, an allegation the president also denied.
Fox's John Decker, the former CEO of a joint venture between Hunter Biden and a Chinese energy company, says recently discovered emails are genuine and the former vice president was involved.
On numerous occasions, it was made clear to me that Joe Biden's involvement was not to be mentioned in writing, but only face-to-face. In fact, I was advised by Gillier and Walker that Hunter and Jim Biden were paranoid about keeping Joe Biden's involvement secret.
Tony Bobulinski says he's turning his phones and business records over to the FBI. The Biden campaign, in a statement saying there is no indication the former vice president ever got any money from anybody in these business deals. The federal judge has thrown out a challenge from the Trump campaign to New Jersey's decision to mail a ballot to every registered voter in the state, saying claims it would promote voter fraud are speculative. America is listening to Fox News.
You must unite what has been set aside.
We are TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
Good morning. Here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The Earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe that dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
And welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Ironworks kicking off right now. Got my work clothes on. Slowly getting dressed and ready for work. In between segments. We got Walt and Zach hanging out with us this morning.
Indeed. And I'm irate right now because I'm being censored on TFR, a place where I was told there would be no censorship.
Mother effer. Who's...
Z. Alan Holman, of all people, has censored me on.
What a tit.
I can't even keep a straight face on that one. Sorry. So yeah, I'm always one to make the best out of a bad situation. And I guess if people are forced to feel that they have to go along. I'm sorry, Alan's making me laugh again. Go along and play the game. At least they're having some fun with it. I don't know where you live, but here where I live, we have the finger condoms in place to protect us while we exercise our freedoms. Our freedoms as we are herded in line and masked up and forced to wear a finger condom. Anyway, I'll share the picture in the show description for you all, since Alan won't let me post it on TFR. Oh, it's great though. It's really great. From like first glance, you really don't know what it is. And then you dig in deeper and you go, wait, what is that? And then you really go, oh, okay. So I'll even include it over here somehow. I don't know how. On the tubes. I guess I can break my computer for a second. Here, I'll show you guys on the YouTubes. All of you listeners, tune in on the YouTube channel and you will know the fun. Where it's gone. I've lost the picture now. There it is. Thank you, Ty, for that image for everyone to enjoy. Do I have to talk for you to see it? Is that how we're doing Skype these days? Talk, 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 talk. That is a finger condom.
Usually as long as nobody else is talking, but I think I've got it set so it should be up regardless.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, that's the image that we're being told we can't share on TFR. I can't help it out. It's great. And then let me show you the redo version. Where is it? This is Alan's version. This is Alan's censored version that we got. Thanks, Alan, for cleaning that up for us. Oh, I thought you were playing a clip to go along with our censorship. So go exercise your freedoms, wrap that rascal, and good luck. I guess.
Lots of luck.
Have you ever heard of that guy Awaken with JP?
Is that the guy with the headband and the weird straight?
Yeah, the big red hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I was saying I knew the name.
He just did. Oh, maybe he didn't just do it, but he was talking about COVID again, how to be safe. And some other guys walking down the street, and he yells across the street, "Hey, are you wearing a condom?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Well, put one on. You're putting us all at risk." And he's sitting there, like standing down next to the guy. He's like, "Nope, all the way down. Roll it all the way on there." It's like, oh my God. That's how these people are getting, though. Really. They're insane with this whole virus thing. It's like they've become emotionally attached to the fear.
Oh, yeah.
And almost like the more fear they show, the better they feel, it seems. I don't know. It's weird. We need to get Jerry Merzinski back on and have him talk about this. The psychological aspect of it.
We do indeed.
I've actually got a quote on the screen if you're watching this right now. And it's from Thomas Jefferson. It says, timid men prefer the calm of despotism to the tempestuous sea of liberty. And that's absolutely true. And I think this was quoted by an attorney I was watching this morning before the show, as he was breaking down exactly what qualified immunity is for the police and when it applies and when it doesn't, and things like that. And this was a quote that he used. Timid men prefer the calm of despotism to the tempestuous sea of liberty. And the way the attorney described it is that what Thomas Jefferson is describing right there is, today we'd call them Karens, right? These are the people that freak out when you're not wearing a mask. These are the people that would jump off a cliff if the government said this is how you protect yourself from COVID, is by jumping off a cliff. The people that would much rather be led around by the nose and told how to live life rather than daring take the risk to make a choice and stand by the consequences of those actions. That's the calm of despotism. Things are really nice. You have lots of security when you have very little freedom. Because freedom is a tempestuous sea. It's chaotic. It's scary. It's unknown. Anything could happen. You could fail miserably at life and die living alone in the gutter, or you can succeed in living the American dream. But freedom is scary. Because in your freedom, you are left then to deal with whatever consequences that you have. Oh, come on. What is
you
this?
Don't have someone to go, help me, help me, help me. Hold my hand. Not saying that we don't all need help and things get scary and all that kind of stuff, but you don't need the government to come hold your hand and save you.
But in case you do, man, sorry, it was a bad segue. If you did need someone to hold your hand, you should move right over there to San Francisco because they've got you covered. If you're living there, sorry, but I'm just finding this story. I remembered it as soon as you mentioned her name. I don't think I included it in our prep, but now that I have read the story, I definitely have to let everyone know that, yes, San Francisco is the righteous indignation place to be now. Apparently, they've passed the Karen Act. Karen.
Are you serious?
CAREN Act, which stands for the Caution Against Racially Exploitative Non-Emergencies Act. It's now illegal for you to call 911 with a fake racially motivated call in. I don't even know what I'm reading here.
That's virtue signaling right there. Virtue signaling at its finest.
Yes,
I mean, It's not like 2 months ago it was legal to make false 911 calls, right? It's always been illegal. They just decided to pass some legislation to make it look like they're really in touch with societies today. I mean, the fact that they named it Karen is just a little bit redonkulous, but this whole idea of, well, we have to make it illegal for these racially motivated false 911 calls. Do we? Couldn't we just use the existing legislation to prosecute with? No. We
One
need
word.
more.
False police reports.
Right.
Just because you're scared there's a black person walking around your neighborhood, you don't get to call the cops and say, I think this person has a gun. There's somebody nemesing in our neighborhood and they're scared. Grow up. That stuff gets me very upset. The whole racial profiling and all that stuff. I mean, how old are these people?
It makes you wonder how all these grown-ass adults got to be so childish.
I know. You'll see them screaming. He's threatening me. He's scaring me. And the guy's standing there going, man, you just screamed a racial slur out the window at me. And now that I'm confronting you about it, you're freaking out. I'm not going to hurt you. He said he's going to kill me. Yeah, somebody just screaming her head off in the middle of the street. It's like, oh my God, what is wrong with you?
I know. It's ridiculous. Boynich and Don both are like just astounded that this isn't a joke. Unfortunately, I did drop the link there in chat. It's real. It's real. Oh, it's so real. So real. Or maybe I'm reading too much into it and playing catch up in chat too quick. I don't know. But the link's there anyway.
Yeah, this is what television does. And that rap music. That was probably one of their greatest weapons. Besides television is radio and music. And it's a tale as old as time. The Pied Piper. Leading your children away from you and they don't listen to you anymore and this and that and yada, yada, yada. Well, they've taken it to a whole new level. With this whole racial separation and even the whole separation between the young black youth and police officers. I mean, I'm sure there's always been racism. I'm sure it's, been bad. But having songs out there played on the radio that's called Cop Killer, where they're telling you that the cop is the enemy and your gang has to fight their gang and the more you kill, the better off you'll be and yada, yada, all that bullshit. To some of these children that grow up, that's reality. That's like what, all because of a song written by a man that has probably never fired a gun in his life. Snoop Dogg talks like a white guy that came from Cambridge. When he's doing fascism, that's all an act. All that stuff, him talking like that, that's him acting. He goes home and, would you please pass the Grey Poupon? He wasn't raised in no hood. He went to private school. Yeah, it's sick. It is. I'm sorry. I don't want to bring it down or anything. But yeah, I can't stand all the programming. People have been programmed to act the way they're acting right now on purpose. So many different fronts coming from every direction. It's all radio waves. That's doing it too. It's crazy.
It is crazy. Just imagine if they conditioned us with positive things. And
I know what this place could be. But maybe that's part of the whole lesson here. You know, not everybody's supposed to pass. Because for a lot of us, it's obvious what they're doing. Maybe not right at first, but when someone tells it to us, you know, we can actually look at it with a critical mind. I don't think some people are capable of looking at things critically. Like we were talking about, it's that fear thing. They get addicted to that feeling. It's just like sugar or caffeine or anything else. The endorphins that are released when you're scared, if you're scared all the time, your body gets dependent upon that stuff to be there. You go and you find something to be scared of if you're not scared. You'll make something up. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, right now I'm in the I don't know what the fuck is going to happen mode. Me and David Weiss were talking about that last night. So what do you think is going to happen in the next 2 weeks during the election time? Really, for me, he's like, what is going to happen if Trump wins? I was like, probably nothing. The left, for the most part, are a bunch of snowflakes crying about their feelings.
Yeah,
so you're going to hear about it. You'll hear a lot about it for a long time. But I don't see them revolting and rioting and.
No, they are now. They got deep pockets. They can pay these young
Yeah,
white
well,
kids.
yeah, Antifa and all that, but that's not the real left. Those are punks that are higher. Those are goons. Talking about the real people. They're not going to, you know, the doctors and the dentists and the lawyers and all these, they're not going to get their pitchforks out and go down to City Hall and protest. They're going to get behind their keyboard and go harumph, harumph, harumph. Yeah. And even if Biden wins, I don't see anything happening crazy. I mean, we go through this almost every election.
Look, I just spent the weekend watching 20 minutes of a caravan of Trump supporters with Trump flags and stuff driving down the highway at like 70 miles an hour. For 20 minutes, I watched this caravan of cars. And that's just right here where I live. This is nothing new. People are doing this everywhere. Cars, trucks, boats, and they just drive around with their showing their Trump support. I think if Biden wins resoundingly, they're going to scream that there was some sort of interference, some sort of something fishy going on with the election process. And I think they will do what Trump is thinking, right? It's where Trump won't have to say, hey, I'm questioning this. This isn't right. I think he can dog whistle that out loud enough for other people to do it. It really is a tricky situation over these next, not just 2 weeks, but 2 months, 3 months. Because I don't think it's going to be cut and dried like when I was a kid.
Yeah, no, it's going to be drawn out
Mm-hmm.
as much as possible. I don't know. I've been listening to a bunch of old from like 1957. You know, the year they started NASA and the Antarctic Treaty and all that stuff. It was like a commercial or something like that, like predicting what's going to happen in the future and blah, blah, blah. And they say a virus in the year 2020. They actually say those exact words. There's a possibility there will be a virus in the year 2020 that will blah, 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 and take out half of mankind, blah, 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 blah. This was planned decades ahead. That's why, even though it's not really, well, I mean, it's working on some people, but it is waking other people up to like, hey, this is not right. They already have the next plan laid out. They probably have done this before multiple times and know exactly how we're going to react to all this stuff as a whole, you know, as the big mass. Yeah, they're just following the blueprint laid out before them.
Mm-hmm.
And what if this is all because they know there's a reset coming? We were talking about that too. What if they're looking for people like us? People that can see through the bullshit and don't buy it and all this stuff. What if they're looking for us and they're going to let everybody else, go, but they're going to, I don't know, maybe this place right here might be safe, they think. So we'll grab all these people and we'll put them in here and then we'll start civilization over with not brain dead zombies. I don't know.
Yeah.
What ruler in their right mind would want a society made up of not brain dead zombies?
Right.
Anyone in a power structure that's trying to get things ready for the reset is not planning on having an enlightened society when it comes back around again.
Well, if you need to rebuild everything, though, from the ground up, you don't want a bunch of knuckle draggers doing it, do you?
Yes, you do.
You're going to need all the electricians and all these people and all these. Well, you can kill all these
As long
people.
as you can tell somebody enough to get them through the day and make that job workable. I used to work with a lot of brain dead technicians in lots of industries. They knew their job, and that was as far as everything past the end of their nose and their job didn't exist. So, yeah, it's really easy to do. You just want them smart enough to pull a lever and believe the voting is real, and the rest of it works itself out. Haven't you been paying attention? Come on, man. Look around.
Yeah,
But I'm not a cynic. I just play one on TV.
Just looking at it from different angles. Hey, I'm still on James True's page. If they wanted to kill us all and do all that, they would have.
Dead
There's
folks.
a reason we're all still here.
Dead folks don't generate fear battery power juice. Dead folks don't pull levers and believe the voting's real.
Yeah, but we're not fearing any of this crap.
Nope. It's going to be a very interesting 2 months. I don't think much will happen. I've seen all sorts of fear porn over the years. The last decade and a half, there's been all sorts of scary fear porn situations that could arise from the current political climate, and none of them ever really manifested. So I don't think it's any big doom and gloom in the works for people, humans as a whole. I think it's...
How many of those in the past were preceded by a year of lockdown, maskatronic idiocracy? I'm just being devil's advocate here. Trust me, I'm as positive as anybody. I can make Daz feel like he's having a bad day. I'm so positive sometimes, but just, flip side of the whole thing. Yeah, no, just saying. God, I'm a downer this morning, aren't I? I'll stop.
It still feels like it's just an Overton window move. I think things will get back to almost normal. I think when it's all said and done, there may not be a big change from what we were before this. I think you'll probably see masks around more where you didn't see them before, but overall you probably won't see a whole lot of them. There'll probably be some small changes, but I think overall things will get back to really close to normal. People are demanding it. I don't see how they could enforce it much longer. It would have to be way too in your face.
Well, yeah, they need bodies in the streets. Stuff like that. If they really wanted this to, I guess some guys went and did they had a corona hospital, blah, 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 and a bunch of plastic bins laying out front. Like there were dead bodies in there. And these guys broke into the hospital and it was under construction. And they went and looked in all those bins and they were empty. So, I mean, they're making attempts, it may seem, to get the appearance that there's a pandemic. But there's, none of us have ever lived through a pandemic. And the way it's going, besides the lockdown and all that bullshit, it pretty much seems like normal life. It doesn't seem like, people are dropping dead all over the place around you. Like any of this is really necessary.
Nope.
The only place there is a pandemic is on TV. That's it.
Yeah, and I'll have to play devil's advocate. So I live with a family who pretty intelligent, have made it up to 2020 in a very successful, I guess you could say, way. And they were utterly convinced they had to pile up shit at the door and wipe it down and wear masks in their fucking house and wash their hands every 20 minutes. And I lived with it for 4.5 months straight. So my perspective may be a little different than people who didn't experience the fact that there are folks out there that were so mind fucked by this that they changed themselves utterly and completely into something else. Fear is really a powerful fucking drug. And some people get that taste of it and they like it and they just live on it. I don't know. Like, man, where is all this coming from today?
Reminds them that they're
see my
alive.
florist for something new.
Oh shit, this is a real human emotion, fear. I feel something. That's interesting. I want to keep feeling things. I'll just keep doing this because here I feel something. It's not just mundane drudgery of everyday life, but this is something. Yeah, it's fear, but fuck, it's something. And I guess they just get addicted to it. They don't realize that you can feel things other ways. You can wake the fuck up. That'll make you feel real good. Realizing you don't have to buy into all that propaganda. But we've now down to the end of the third segment. So this still is the Ironworx. With Zach, Walt, and Josh. Just hanging out with you. We'll be right back after these brief messages. Just trying to stay positive. Just remember, we love you all, regardless.
I do, indeed. I'll stop being a wet rag later.
Extendivite is more than just a heart tonic. Do you have any of these symptoms? Night cramps in the hands and feet. Your arms and legs often go to sleep. On short walks, do your legs get aches and pains? Is your memory worse than it used to be? Ankles that swell late in the day? Has your blood pressure increased lately? If you answered yes to even one of these questions, you may have early warning signs of arterial blockages. Your body is saying that it is time to take Extendivite. These are not the normal signs of aging. They are the warning signs that accompany blocked arteries. Get your Extendivite today. Extendivite is available in capsule or liquid form for just $69.95 for a 2-month supply. To get started, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
Your home has needs. It needs a healthy, dry environment all year round. Start by getting rid of the worst air in the basement and crawl space, where the problems begin and make the whole house sick. Introducing the new Smart Wave Ventilation Unit. It has advanced technologies to continuously reduce moisture, mold, and odors, and expel radon, gases, and pollutants. And now, Wave units include carbon monoxide detection to automatically expel air at a high rate and send you an alert. It also has an app so you can remotely monitor the conditions. Wave is a comprehensive, maintenance-free, affordable solution that will transform your entire home. Protect your home and family with what it needs. Give it a new Smart Wave Ventilation Unit. For more information, call 888-717-WAVE. That's 888-717-WAVE. Or go to dryhealthyhome.com. That's dryhealthyhome.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death. This is Uncle Walt from the Ironworx. Josh, Corey, and I have chosen to look at life with no fear. No fear of the unknown. No fear of questions about the supposedly well-known. No fear of ridicule for thinking outside the familiar fool's lines. No fear of the boot on the neck of those refusing the party line. No fear of taking on those so convinced of their beliefs they would sooner drink the Kool-Aid than believe they've been fools made. In this world filled with me too, cattle think, can truth's protective layers be peeled back to show the tender, juicy pink? Are we all just grist for the mill? Souls sold against our will, or is that just how it feels? When you're filled grim, with trivialities so fear-filled and grim, break clear of the fear. Right here, Tuesdays and Fridays at 2 a.m. on TFR. Josh and I and you will hammer out the impurities of technology-driven groupthink, fold in a dash of logic, and quench it all with a bit of absurdity. The Ironworx. Break clear of the fear.
No hate, No hype. No fear. We are TFR.
Your protection from deception.
Here's a message of importance to millions of people who are continually pale and washed out, weak and run down. Doctors will tell you that these conditions are often caused by a deficiency of iron. The iron you need to keep you physically fit and mentally alert. Medical studies show that 2 out of 3 women and many, many men lack the daily iron your body requires in a form your body can easily use and put to work. Every dose gives you more than your daily minimum iron requirement.
We are the way, we are the way, we are not alone. We are striving for more.
So if you're not getting the iron your body needs, if you feel weak, run down, and are easily upset, start taking iron today.
How dare you?
Welcome back. Fourth and final segment of the Ironworx on Truth Frequency Radio. Kicking off right now. Hopefully we'll figure out something for the show now that we've come down to the last 30 minutes.
I think it's been pretty awesome. As I mute myself mid-sentence, the conversation that we've been having off and on, it's been pretty awesome. I believe, sir, anyway. But then I'm still sleepy and spilled coffee during the break and was glad you were playing that song when I got back.
Exactly.
Shout out to the Alan Holman, line producer. Amazing software, playing with it right now for us in TFR chat. If you're not there, you're missing it. For sure.
Dire Straits in chat is on his way. He's in Kentucky right now, heading for Greenville. Safe travels, brother. I cannot wait to give you a big hug this afternoon.
Well, dude, just swing back to Louisiana and pick me up. I mean, it's not. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he came from California.
Ooh, that's a hike.
Yeah, just camping his way across.
I'm sorry, it was there. I had to. It was low hanging fruit, but I'll go for it.
Yeah, he was asking for some places to camp along the way and this and that, and he actually has taken one of the highways I took from Josh's going down to Waltz, right through northern Louisiana, going up through Arkansas, and then he's cutting over into Tennessee. But yeah, lots of camping left of the Mississippi, and then you get to the east, and it's a little bit more scarce, but you can still find them. But yeah, I can't wait to hear about some of the places he stayed. Just some beautiful country out there. And this is the perfect time to go camping out in the southwest area. It's not 100 degrees. I mean, it's still 90 degrees down there in Arizona, I'm sure. But you get into the higher elevations, New Mexico and northern Arizona. The camping out there has got to be real nice right now. I know in Colorado it was like 13 degrees or something like that up in Denver. Last night, a low of 13. I'm glad we're not there.
Yeah, that's a little chilly.
Yeah.
Christ, it was almost 90 here yesterday.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow, for this late in October?
Yeah. I don't know if you call that an Indian summer or how that works, but I'll be damned if it wasn't almost 90.
Well, today here in South Louisiana, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of about 83. We'll be lowering out tonight at around 69, 68. It'll be a nice, balmy evening. Clear skies. Get out there and look at that last end of that meteor shower. It'll be hitting really bright tonight. Moon about that halfway phase. Back to you, Josh.
So I was scrolling through the internet the other day, and I came across something that I thought was really cool. It's a little dark, it's a little twisted, but I thought they were really cool. And it was this company selling, well, they're sort of accessories for your fire pit or for your bonfire. Essentially, all it is it's shaped like a human skull, right? So that the jaw moves. I think it's detachable even, but it's just a skull that you can set right in your fire. So it looks like you're burning the bodies of your enemies, and it's just a big bonfire of bodies. So it's just a skull that you can put right in there. And I don't know why I liked those so much. That's really kind of a cool thing. I mean, what a neat little addition for like a Halloween party or whatever. So I saw them and they were, offering a discount. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just buy a couple and maybe I'll sell them on Facebook Marketplace or something and make a little extra money. So I bought them, and apparently they were coming from China. So I was a little worried as to whether or not they were even going to make it here before Halloween, because that's the only way this would really work out. If they get here in November, it's not going to make much of a sale, probably. But they should be here on Monday. My human skull fire editions should be here on Monday. I think grand total I bought, 8 of them. So I can either have one hell of a little pyramid for my fire, or I could probably sell a couple of them and make my money back and be happy.
I had a cousin who used to make like Halloween heads. He'd take those styrofoam heads and make like a scary zombie face or whatever, stuff like that. But this one he did, we kept it forever. He took a skull and he put it inside of a pumpkin and he made Pumpkinhead.
Nice.
And it looked so real. That thing used to freak me out. I was like 5 years old, and it stayed up in the hall closet right by the front door. And every once in a while, my sister would see it, and she'd grab it and pull it down and go chase me around the house with it. But yeah, Pumpkinhead. We used to have crazy Halloween parties where we'd have the dry ice on the back porch and everything. And you'd walk back there and you couldn't see the ground and all that stuff. And it'd be coming out of this cauldron, and then there'd be a head sitting in the cauldron. Stuff like that. Yeah, just crazy parties back then.
It used to be my favorite part of the year. Truly, it was once I grew past a certain age, it became my Christmas. And, well, it was always right there with Christmas, even as a young kid. They were equal. Let's get through that freaking Thanksgiving crap. I love turkey, but let's get to the good shit. But definitely, energy and vibrations and things we've learned has kind of altered it a bit. But it definitely, I did some crazy, crazy pumpkins myself, especially when I was managing the arcade there in at the mall. We had a huge display window, as you walked in, we were right next to the theater, so we had a big display window. And I would do some pretty insane displays. We had a pumpkin one year that I could put my son in. Like, truly, he could get inside it. It was nuts how big it was. It was like I used store Halloween funds to pay for it. I can't remember. It was ridiculous how much we paid for it. But yeah, carving that, and then lots of fun. Just not as fun as it used to be. Yeah, I'm pretty much there too. Atomic Wisdom. The energy, that's probably part of what we're all dealing with, and just don't want to own up to it, that this is their fun time of year.
Oh yeah, this is the week they'll be fattening up their sacrifices.
Yeah, it is like a week-long festival for them, isn't it?
I do believe so, yeah. Either choosing their sacrifices or fattening them up. I forget which this first week represents.
Wow, way to bring us all down, Josh. No, I'm just kidding, man. Wow. It is Weird Al Yankovic's birthday today. Damn it. If that don't change the vibe. Thank you, Robert Page.
Well, we've only got 15 minutes left, but I figured since we've got him here, let's go ahead and take a caller. Good morning, caller. I'm pretty sure I know who this is, but let's just say hello anyway. Good morning. Thanks for calling the Ironworx.
Yeah, what kind of show did I call into? Jesus Christ.
No kidding, right?
Wow. Who in the hell are you, sir? I take offense to that. Oh, wait, I know that guy. What's up, John?
Oh, you know who it is? Damn it.
Well, of course I knew as soon as I heard that lovely, cheerful, just exuberant. Come on, wake up, dude. It's not that late already.
This is the man formerly known as Jonathan from Jersey. No longer Jonathan from Jersey.
That's true. He's now.
No, actually, it's still Jonathan from Jersey. I got the business card. I hand them out to people.
They love it.
From. They love it. I got to send you guys a couple. What did you guys talk about today? I tried, I was going to go to bed earlier. Go ahead.
No, you said, what are we doing? Everything. Just rambling. You are going to fit in perfect. Bring it, brother. Bring it. We've been missing you, bro.
I tried going to bed earlier, and it was a long day. I was on the phone like all day. There was a lot covered, and I said, I got to get to bed so I can get up early, and I apologize. I was going to love talking with you guys, and so but I wanted to call in last minute and just say, hey.
Well, I was going to say, I'm glad you did, because
Candy, I have a tip for you.
Candy was just asking about you. He said Candy was just asking about you on Tuesday. Asking what happened to Jonathan. So he's
around. She may even have typed your name 3 times in chat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's what happens, especially at Halloween time, like Beetlejuice. Jonathan. But, no. So you've seen the date was last night, and then we're down to 10 days. The country's crazy. Trump looks like he's going to win, according to some people, a lot of people. There's so many things going on right now. I've never seen so much chaos. And then we have Mercury retrograde. You got talks of stuff at the border up in Canada with the Chinese military, right? You got Trump last night opening saying that they're still working on a vaccine, so you don't know if he's for it or against it. I've never seen such a crazy time, okay? And then you have Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin just shot up the past couple of days up to 13-something. All right, now I'm gonna give you guys a tip, and I'll have some information, Josh. If I come across this information, it's still about a day or two premature, but I'm gonna give you guys a tip. Expect Bitcoin to crash down to 2,000 within about a month and a half.
Really? Why do you suppose it crash?
Insider knowledge. Wink, wink.
Gotcha.
So get out of Bitcoin.
Insider knowledge. Huh? Well, I'm gonna say short it. I guess if you're gonna do the ETFs or something like that,
or if you're
at that point, like
maybe get ready to buy rather than Get ready to sell.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, buy on the dip. But this will be a big dip. So I guess 2,000 is going to be the test, and then if it goes below that, it could drop down to 1,400, which would be great because everybody want to get in on it. The only ones they're going to crash all the cryptos, right? They want to keep Bitcoin though because that's one that a lot of people are invested in. But this is gonna shake out all the rest of the Bitcoins. It's going to destroy all the other Bitcoins when this drops like this. And the only ones left standing are going to be like XRP, where is it, Ripple or something like XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin. You know, the major players. But you didn't hear from me. Oh wait, are we on the air?
Yeah, we're on the air.
Wait, are we on the air? I thought this was after the show. This is after the show?
No, not yet.
15 minutes.
Oh shoot. Oh, hey, let's talk about something nice and jolly and light, like flatter. Let's change the subject. I thought we were off. I thought we were off air.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
You called the call-in line. You didn't call Skype.
I did.
He's still
dude. You're so. Oh my god.
All right, so Flattoberfest is coming up. Are you going to make it to Flattoberfest, Jonathan?
You know, I was gonna go, and you know, Angel, he called me. He was gonna go up there, and Chris Pontius and all them, and plans shifted with them. So, you know, I was gonna go. I was seriously gonna go because I'm down here in Florida. I'm settled, but you know what? I'm in Melbourne, Florida. I'm in that area. I'm heading further down south. I found a place, you know, more where my work is. But I'm gonna go down to Guatemala for about 14 days. I got friends down there. They're like, "Oh, I'll come down." Dude, it's like $120 round trip ticket to Guatemala. And then it's like you can stay down there for like an extra $120. You get a whole house to yourself. It's like everything's cheap down there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe I'll just go and never come back.
Yeah. Come back for the summers.
It'll be Jonathan from the equator.
Oh shit! Did you guys hear what's going on?
I can't say Jonathan from. I can't say Jonathan from the equator, right? That would be Jonathan from the horizon.
Have you heard what the farmers are doing in Argentina?
What are they
going on?
They're trying to keep a lid on this, I guess. The government decided to make an export tax on all produce of 40%. Anything you want to export out of the country, the government, yeah. So there were hundreds of people, and all I saw was this one video, but there were a bunch of riot police getting stoned with like big rocks. I guess they're not allowed to have guns down there, but these farmers are not taking it. They were throwing onions and stones. Instead of selling their crop, they just took all their onions, or they were rioting hardcore.
Yeah, let me tell you something. What you're saying is true, because the only reason I'm going to Guatemala is because I got friends down there, and then it's gorgeous and it's cheap. But they said that this whole thing with the vaccines, they tried pushing the vaccine schedule or something down there about a month or two ago. And my friend said all the locals, like, they get really violent. They stick together and they burn down some government building, like, you know, like a local administration building. And they wouldn't have it. They said, we're not taking that bullshit, the new world, you know. So they're aware. They're awake, those people down there. They actually fight back.
Imagine.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, and this was just with rocks and onions. Here in the U.S.
Rocks and onions.
Yeah, they'd be throwing lead here in the U.S. 40% tax.
Don't you think it's sad, though, like right now in the U.S., regardless of people's political positions, right, which is, you know, dividing the hell out of us. I've never seen anything like it. And it's unsupported on, you know, some merit, you know, extreme left or extreme right. I don't get into these politic games, right? But here's, like, we don't see, like, the possibility of a revolution against the government. Like, people don't even see what's going on, like, with these masks. Everybody's still wearing masks. Like, the curve never got flattened. Down here in Florida, at least, it's like a don't ask, don't tell policy. If you go into a store, like, they'll just look the other way. That the people have to wear them that are working, or they get fined, but they don't stop you. But if you're stupid enough to ask and say, "Oh, do I have to wear a mask?" I said, "Yes, please. Could you put one on?" You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, because you now,
yeah, you just go about your business like you're supposed to be doing it that way. That's how I go in with a big smile on my face. You know, hey, how's it going? Have a nice day, and just walk by. I don't even wait for them to say something to me.
Yeah.
And they never do.
But the fact that it's still going on.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it's just there's so many. I mean, I should have called in earlier because there's a lot of points I wanted to make. And Josh, we have to catch up. We have to talk offline. Obviously, I got some things to tell you, but yeah, no, it shouldn't have lasted this long. It's really indoctrinated people. But I do know this: like for events, it's still hurting businesses. Like you can't have Ultrafest got canceled. There's a whole bunch of things that get canceled because they will fine and put you in jail if you have a public gathering, you know, and it's en masse. So there's, you know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen this afternoon. We're going to all be at the park. We rented the pavilion and everything, but it's in Greenville, and in Greenville they have like city, you know, blah, blah, blahs. Out here, everywhere else in the smaller cities, it's like 50-50 masks. Unless you go into a Walmart, then it's like 99% masks. But I guess in Greenville and the bigger towns, they're more mask wearing than out here in the smaller country towns.
Oh, two things real quick. Have you guys run into the COVID canvassers yet? Because I've run into that a couple times where people are canvassing businesses and areas. And the other thing is, over here in Melbourne, there's a huge buildup right now in the military industrial complex jobs. So if any of you guys are like that, like it's like crazy down here in the job market. But my psychic has been off the hook. I'm just like stopping people at random and, you know, and just asking them questions like I know stuff about them. And so these two guys were eating dinner last night. So these two guys sitting there. And I was like, so what are you in the Navy? I said, you're with the, you know, local, whatever. And they're like, yeah. And it's like, is it that obvious? I was like, yeah. It's like, it's your haircuts. It's like, you know, we all go to the same barber, right? And they start laughing. But it's like, they stand out like sore thumbs. And that's a line from that movie, Jack Reacher, by the way, with Tom Cruise. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's weird that you see this like going on and you're like, think to myself, what's the buildup? What are they working on? And it's like, there's so much industry down here. It's like, it's just nonstop. It's like they're either a retiree, a surfer, or, you know, working for Raytheon or Northrop Grumman or L3. It's intense.
Yeah. We're getting really busy at work. Like when Raytheon.
You guys are, right?
Yeah. Well, when Raytheon designs some new cool weapon system and they want to build their prototype, they come to us for the machining. So there's a lot of stuff there that I work on that is military industrial complex related.
Yeah, and you see, I look at things like that, and it makes me wonder. It's like, okay, you know, when Trump talks about peace with, you know, like peace in the Middle East, these things, bullshit. Like something big is going down. Like they're tooling up for something like the you know, World War III or some shit. Like something's going down. And they're not going to use it all on civil, you know, like, oh, God, there's so many things I want to talk to you guys about, and I apologize for calling it late. But, you know, rumors of Civil War III coming up. Everybody I'm running into at local businesses, they'll say, you know, regardless of there's a lot of Trumpers down here. I guess it's that kind of territory. But on either side, I'm hearing, it doesn't matter who wins, there's going to be a civil war. That's all I keep hearing from everybody. And, you know,
some folks are saying we've been
like,
at Civil War for some time now.
Well, I think they mean like full out, like riots. I think they mean full out, like run and gun on the streets, you know. But they ain't having it around here. Nobody's going to get out of line down here. Let me tell you something. You ain't going to see that
Welcome
BS
to the South,
in
boy.
Portland. I know, man. It's great.
Granny's
getting me a
got
big ass
30-acre purse down in Florida.
Huh?
I said Granny even walks around with 38 down in Florida.
Bro, I was having dinner with. Oh, by the way, talking about women, Jesus Christ! You come down here, it's like if you have anything going on, and you got some money, or you have the wherewithal to dress nice or anything like that, they friggin' flock to you. They cling to you. I don't know if they're looking for the next paycheck or, you know, they want to get pregnant. I don't know what it is, but I've been on like 4 dates within like 10 days at least. And I'm out to dinner with this woman the other night. She's just talking about her gun collection. I'm thinking like, what do you shoot with? And she goes, it depends on what I'm shooting. I'm like, what do you mean what you're shooting? She goes, well, it depends on the sport. She goes, you can't use each gun yet. It has to be for something. I was like, why would we like to use a laser rifle in a 40-watt range, laser plasma rifle? She's like, yeah. She goes, sometimes you got to kill them like that. Because they just keep coming at you. And I'm like, but she knew her shit about guns. I couldn't believe it. So it's different down here. It's so different. Oh my God. Culture shock.
Different world, isn't it?
Yeah, I bet it was for you coming from Jersey.
Yeah, it's like on the one hand, I have some advantage because I'm fast talking, hip, and I get things done. On the other, like, I'm a pretty laid back guy. I'm actually the most introverted extrovert you'll ever meet. And I can sit in my room and just be on my computer and do my thing and hang back and, mix in with the locals. I'm very polite and respectful to elderly. I love hearing their stories and nostalgia and this and that. But, like I said, like people down here in every culture, they're hip in their own way because they got their ways. And so, like, even at their pace, like, they're getting things done at their metric. Like I was telling you about that book I wrote, right? I'm getting to release it.
Hey, John.
Genius.
You got to, Jonathan, hang on, brother. We're
right
like literally 30 seconds away from end music. So please hang on.
All right, go ahead. You guys finish, man. We'll talk next time. Go ahead. You guys finish.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you, Jonathan.
Love you guys.
Brothers.
Love everybody
Thank
in
you,
chat.
Josh. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, everybody in chat. Everybody listening. It was an amazing Friday. Come see us this afternoon and have no sphere.
That's it. Love you guys. See you right back here, 5 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time for Have No Sphere. Meantime, have a great rest of your Friday. Be good, be well. We love you.